Hi, Priyanshi.
Can you explain a little bit about your role at Flipkart?
I am Chief Corporate Affairs Officer for Flipkart Group, and I've been working for the company with the company for almost 5 years now.
Sir, any recent projects that you have undertaken regarding artificial intelligence?
Priyanshi, e-commerce, if you look at, so India is a sort of rapidly digitizing country. Digital transformation is one of the bigger agenda. And the purpose of e-commerce is to bring Indian consumers with the sellers, right? We run Flipkart Marketplace, and the whole idea of Flipkart Marketplace is to get millions and millions of consumers across the country in touch or in conversation with the sellers who are bringing their new products, right? So the role of artificial intelligence or any technology for that matter, and we invest quite a lot in technology, is to make sure that this experience of sellers and consumers become smoother and more insightful. So we continue to have deeper investment in technology, in artificial intelligence, in other technology which actually help improve the consumer experience. For example, generative AI, a lot of you talk about generative AI today. We have already implemented it, and if you look at Flipkart app, this Gen AI based virtual assistant called Flippy is actually helping customers engage with our app lot effectively, a lot better. So we are almost like, if I can say, we are far ahead on it as compared to a lot of other people who are working on that frontier, and we continue to have that deeper investment in new age technologies.
So, in recent times, there are a lot of
Augmented reality, virtual reality, all of that, our teams are constantly working with the business teams who are engaging with the customers and sellers. The whole idea is we continue to understand consumers better and what is consumer is looking for. For example, when people want to buy on e-commerce, they want to really feel the products better. So what are the ways in which you can make it effective and smoother for customers to experience it? Similarly, how can you make it easy for sellers to come on board? So our teams who become over time, we are running in 15th years of the company today, as a company. We have understood customer segment really well, so we know what is expected, and our engineers continue to work on those new methods, new technology to bring that on, so that that whole e-commerce can be taken up to a different level in the country. If I can also add, e-commerce, though we are in this running, the Flipkart is there for 15 years now, but e-commerce is still very early in the game in the country. Of the overall retail, which is almost $1 trillion today, e-commerce is only 6% of that. So the whole e-commerce is actually growing with more sellers coming in the platform. So there is a lot of opportunity to go ahead and build some of those new age things. And we feel very proud ourselves to bring some of those latest technology to work as a practical example as we build e-commerce in India.
So you said that your company has been up and running for 15 years and now, and you yourself have been a part of the family for 5 years. So you might have seen a lot of change in the dynamic of the related to technology. So how would you comment on the change that has gone over the past 15 years?
So I'll give you an example on this one. In 2019, we started a project called Flipkart Samarth. The whole idea of Flipkart Samarth was to look at some of those underserved communities like farmers, farmer producer organization, artisan, weavers, who typically, are away from technology, right? They are operating in their tier 3, tier 4 town and maybe serving the regional market. But when we started this program called Flipkart Samarth. The whole idea was, how do we train them? How do we make sure that we make it easy for them to understand technology better, use it to have a better market access across the country? Initially, obviously, it was challenging. We organized training programs. We partnered with the government, both at the center and the state levels. But over time, for last almost 4 years now, what we have seen tremendous progress in their ability of these underserved community also to grasp what technologies we are talking about, and how can they leverage it with the help of Flipkart team on the ground to become part of that whole digital ecosystem. So lot of awareness and knowledge of the community itself is increasing about how to use. Today, most we have so many with Jam, the Jandhan account, mobile, and connectivity. Today we see enormous presence of the for example, smartphones across the country. The connectivity has gone through the roof. People are consuming content. People are also experiencing e-commerce. For example, this is another example. Flipkart introduced different languages. For example, there will be customers in the country who may not be speaking English, right? So today Flipkart app is available in 11 Indian languages. Imagine people sitting in tier 3 and tier 4 town who do not know English but can use Flipkart to connect with and do a product discovery of what is available in the market. And that is, his or her bamboo furniture to somebody sitting in Bangalore or Bombay. Imagine the transformation that it has created on the ground. So this is the transformation we see across the country today. We partnered with UP government, for example. The ODOP initiative has been such a success for us, an eye-opener, because when the products from different districts, those sellers are able to use platform like Flipkart and can reach any in different part of the country. So technology has evolved, but I think with that evolution, what has happened is people have started learning it more effectively, whether it is sellers or consumers.
Right, sir. So you just explained that how your company aligned with the vision of the Lucknow being the first AI city. Can you share a little more that how it's going to work with the whole ecosystem and creating a better environment for the sellers who are not have the access to better technology, but can still reach out to the customers? So how your company can facilitate that, streamline the process basically?
So as I mentioned, we have been operating for 15 years now. We are a horizontal marketplace. We have all categories, whether it is about mobile, electronics, home furnishing, books, you name it, right? And the whole idea for us, that is the only way we can grow as a company, if we can get more and more small sellers across the country to the platform, right? It is in our interest, it is in the interest of the seller, it is in the interest of consumer, it is in the interest of the economic growth in the country. So this is what we do every day. We partner with the sellers across, our teams on the ground, go to different parts of the country, look at clusters, which cluster is making what. And using the AI, we also, for example, fashion designing, right? If we know what customers are looking for, we can actually use those AI concepts and let the sellers or manufacturers know that these are the designs which are in vogue. And if you start making these designs, you would be able to sell more items. And we have been doing this for a long time now. AI has only expedited that trend. So we work very closely with using all our, as I mentioned, we are a technology platform. We bring all technological insights and abilities to make sure that sellers become more empowered and enable them to access the consumers more effectively.
So we already know that Flipkart is the e-commerce platform along with the technology company. So what will be your expected takeaway from this event?
No, I think this is a great initiative. Talking about it, learning about what is possible, as we sort of heard in the conference itself, when Deputy Chief Minister and Chief Secretary of the UP were talking about various things that they are trying to think about. And first thing that happens is comes from the awareness, right? You talk about it, you see what is possible. You bring the stakeholders together. You bring companies, you bring startups, you bring policy enablement. And that's where the first beginning happens. So I am very excited to see the ET partnering with the government on this one, that awareness creating, and I see a lot of startups here today. My sense is that this new energy that this whole event and vision conclave will create will be very beneficial, not just for Lucknow, not just for UP, but to the nation at large. So I really appreciate your effort on that front.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.